Welcome back to Factorio Nullius and the October-November community map. So last time I got these wind turbines, so I got a lot more power going, and I also got me all the concrete stuff. And this time I think I'm on the final run towards getting the green science pack. So the next science to build over here. And I've also expanded out this a little bit in between, so I've just got some more labs. The limiting factor there at the time was this, and I think it still is this. So might even be something to do before I get to green science to actually upgrade from this version to this version, because you're going from 25 seconds to 6 seconds per climate sample. Also chemical plants are a lot smaller and it doesn't need all these filters, so I think that'll be a lot more compact. The problem is, although I've got nitrogen wastewater, organic gas has been doing something down here, so I'm not quite sure that's worth it yet. However, as for the green science itself, I do need to get sulfur anyway, so looking at this here, things I haven't got is ammonia and sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid I think comes from this one, which is going to need sulfur dioxide, which is going to need volcanic gas. So I do actually need to go do something about that. And ammonia I've already unlocked, I just haven't done anything with it I believe, which is to take hydrogen and nitrogen, compress it, and then that makes ammonia. So that's going to be a fairly expensive, low throughput thing, but I don't think I need a very big amount of it. As you see, there's only 1 barrel per thing. So 1 barrel, so it's like, I'm not even sure why it's a barrel, maybe there's not enough inputs, but to get 1 barrel, that's probably under this tech, isn't it? So to fill 1 barrel is 50 ammonia, so it's 50 ammonia per pack, and if each one of those packs is costing, well, it's only 1 second, so it's like a couple of seconds to make 1 pack. So I think I'll make the barrels around here in the mall and then probably ship them over, probably down the bottom, not on the main bus, to the science. So I'm going to need here to make the tanks. I need the small tank and I need the one-way valves. Now I had got a setup for the valves before, it was down here, but this is on the old stuff, so I'm basically going to have to rebuild this up here anyway. Then in terms of making the tanks, that's going to be iron stuff, that's going to be plastic and pipe too, along with the steel, and then that makes the small tanks. So small tanks themselves are fairly straightforward once you've got the medium tanks. So to get more pipe too, since I think I'm going to be needing those, looks like I can fit that in there, so that's going to be fairly straightforward. Why is that not working? It needs steel. Unless of course things are broken, which they do appear to be. Hang on, let me just fix this first. So it does look like stone is still an issue because I haven't managed to process all that gravel yet. And until I've processed all this gravel that I stored up, I'm not going to have a solution for the stone. So I think the best I can do right now is if I put that there and just give it yet more storage. So anyway, looking back at this, so to make the basic tanks I need medium assembler, which I've got, need the pipes, I need the iron rods, and actually need sheets as well. So I've got sheets up there. I will make this a little bit more compact if I could move this over. So I'm going to do that because I haven't got any other particular reason I think to have insulated wire there. So move that there. I think it's okay if that goes down there, but I'd rather stop it if I can. So then this can come up a lot closer there, and it's actually close enough to get across there. So the answer to that's going to be a no, isn't it? Yeah, the closest that could go is there. Do I actually need that for... No, I don't need that for the medium tank too. I only need it for the basic tank. So what I'm going to do is if I underground that, put that there, then that can make the tanks, then short one and long one and power, and that's going to make the basic tank, and then the Mark II tank can possibly make these go around a corner here as well to free up some space. So that could do like that, then like that. Then let's try what I need there. So I need the medium pipe 2s. Need the pipe 2s from there, rather, not medium pipes. I need steel rods and steel sheets. So I actually need both types of steel, which I'm not sure if I've got together. Let's see, so that's going to be... Oh, that's going to be both there. So I can take this down. That gives me all the steel I need. And to make steel sheets, I'll probably have to use a foundry for that. Is that still there? No, it's on. Yeah, I have to use another foundry. So found we could go something like that. Gonna use that version. So that's those taking care of, those taking care of plastic. And plastic's actually over there, so if I did that, so I've got pipes on there. Now I've got pipes and plastic. Try and find a place that fits. I think that's the best I'm going to get for fitting there. So that takes in those. Find a place to put the... Maybe the pipe has to go there. If I move that, that would be the lubricant input. Insert across, insert up, and if that's there, then that can insert across and insert down. Just come on a little loop there, and what's the last thing? I think that's all of it. So that's now operational, making the medium tanks and the small tanks, I think, were very straightforward. They were just an adaptation of that. Yep, they are. So they can just go like that, insert across, and make small tanks. I reckon I'll probably want both of those to be available on the logistics network, because they're the two I'm most likely to build stuff with. So on to valves then. What did that need extra? It needs a one-way valve. Which is actually there. I do want to do these other ones at some point, but I've got one-way valves here already. Let's start with that, and then I can figure out other stuff in the future. So that needs to be a medium assembler, so that can go there. If I put it there, actually, then that can insert down, that can insert to the side. In case I want any valves for something, actually, let's put those there. So valves, and then for the purpose of science, I'm just going to take this, make sure these are working. I'm just waiting on the steel to fill through. That's fine. I should have plenty of steel coming through once I'm done building stuff. So then output from here, let's say it's there. I think it'll be easier if I go over to this side. That's an old belt that doesn't do anything. So if that came there, then that's probably the easiest bet. Then I can take that over to the science here on this belt, and basically I'm going to follow this one. So actually another special for the science is I'm going to need sodium hydroxide from here. What I'm thinking is if I put that belt there, I've already got a splitter here anyway, and if I can get this out past all this old stuff, I want to get up to about there. So still meaning to deconstruct all this at some point, but I haven't done it yet, so I'm not too worried about how tidy or not this is going through here. Kind of waiting on this gravel to be gone, because in terms of deconstructing that, in fact there's even more gravel there, for example. Should do something with that too. In terms of deconstructing all this, it's really those gravel boxes I have tens of thousands of stuff in I want to deal with. So I think given that basically most of the pipe can be made out of plastic or steel, but because steel produces gravel and uses up iron ore, which is kind of like an expensive process, whereas a lot of the plastic right now I'm producing it byproduct chlorine, which I kind of want to process this chlorine quicker into more of this, because then that gets rid of that gravel, which, as I just mentioned, I get the gravel from the steel anyway, so that's getting rid of the gravel from the steel I am making, which right now I am not. And then the other thing really is the ethylene, but this is made from basically like oxygen, CO2, hydrogen. They're all stuff I can produce pretty much unlimited of without having to add ore. So I'm thinking maybe go the plastic option, at least for the time being. Can revisit that in the future, I think, especially since I happen to have both steel and plastic here. So changing this recipe. Okay, I was going to say change recipe should be easier, of course it's a different machine, isn't it? Medium assembler, so changing that to medium assembler. Well, it's still an in-place upgrade, so relatively straightforward. So looking at the other science packs, I was making about one every 2 seconds, assuming a machine with a crafting speed of 1. So looking at this, that is 25 to make 2 a second because of the product, so it'll be 12.5 to make 1 per second, or just over 6 to make 1 every 2 seconds. So I think I can go with 6 of these chemical plants. And I've not got the better ones like set up yet, so I'm just going to go with the basic ones, and I can upgrade it later on, so it shouldn't be a problem there. So the labs I already had the layout for, I can put more science packs here. So that's going to be basically where I'm going to put them on there. So then I think as long as I'm far enough away from this wind turbine I can easily expand, I think I'm okay. Because I don't really want to remove the wind turbine if I can help it. So let's just line up with that so it is neat. And let's just look at one of these things. So it looks like lubricant is on the side, that would go straight through. And then there's a resource on the bottom, so probably be able to do 2 of the inputs there. Then I need 2 more inputs and fluid. That could go like that, and then there could be 2 more inputs there. So that's going to be 2 at a time. Since I said I build 6, then basically that means we're going to have, well, that's going to go there, there, and there for the inserters. In fact, if I put the power pole there, I think that reaches everything. So like that on inserters, and then I can just copy paste the entire thing 6 times. 3 times rather, to make a total of 6 machines. And for now the science packs, they're just going to go up there to the labs. So let's get started on wiring this up. So lubricant, that's easy, I have lubricant here anyway. So the acid, I had the acid down over here. So that should be easy as well. I should be able to just, I think, once I get out of the way of that belt, so I'm going to go like that. Then I can come down. Or I'm going to hit that water pipe there, aren't I? I think I can move that water pipe there. I can move that over 1 tile. So if that goes like there instead, then I'm fine. I'll probably use the red pipes because it's quite a long distance as well. I'm not sure how much pressure drop there will be over that far. So to the other resource I'm going to need is glass and concrete. So what I figured out was I could basically underground that there, and then that's a small enough gap for the fast belts to underground. So that gets these across and they can come down. And from earlier I already had the sodium hydroxide and the barrels down here. So I can bring those across as well. So if I bring everything here over there, I think the barrels are the special ones, so I do the barrels on the bottom. So glass and concrete, that can just come over here, up and across, that's simple. And I need to figure out the barreling stuff, so I think the barrels are pretty fast, I don't need to have multiple machines for it. I think are they on the same machine or have they changed? I think they might be on a special thing, hang on. Yeah, there's a special barrel pump machine, so if I make one of those by hand, that's crafting speed of 1 and barrels for ammonia. So what I'm looking for take 0.25 seconds, so yeah, definitely need the 1 of those. So if that's putting the barrels on the far side, then I want the other stuff on the near side. That can take barrels from there, I think, and then if I put there, I might just do it there just to be safe. What I want to do is here on a filter, I just want the sodium hydroxide to go through. So that should be fairly simple. That can go, yep, there's space around there, so just one if there was actually space, so that should be simple. And got the ammonia pipe I made before, so that can come up. Does that link? Yep. And can go into there. And then hopefully I've now got everything, it looks like I do, so I can now finally get these chemical samples. And that gets me on to the next tier of science. So with the green science packs being made, I think that's going to be a good place to break. It is a major milestone. And I'm going to have a little look ahead about what exactly can I do next, because I'm not actually sure what the next thing is going to be. But definitely a lot of work went into this, and I have unlocked a bunch of other industries along the way. I now have this sulfur stuff, which I'm only doing the one thing for the sulfuric acid, but maybe I'll do some other stuff with it. Got the geothermal power down there, so that's a bit of guaranteed power, so that's nice to have. And I have got an ammonia set up, but again, I don't really know what else to do with this. Right now this is used singly for the science. But I'm sure in the future I'm going to find uses for these resources. So I hope you enjoyed, and be sure to like, subscribe to find out what's going to come next.